Hey guys, it's me Aura again and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I thought of doing this video quite unexpectedly because I wanted to show you how much things have changed regarding travel during this pandemic period. I'm right now here in Bangkok. I came here overnight from Dubai. I am quite tired from the whole overnight trip. I'm doing the Bangkok-Hong Kong trip, so tomorrow we'll be going to Hong Kong, which will be a turnaround trip. However, there is about a 6-7 hour ground time, so I don't know what the procedure will exactly be. I'll give you an update on it. And then after Hong Kong, we come back to Bangkok and stay another day in Bangkok as well. But yeah, right now I'm here in Bangkok and things have changed so much that I thought maybe I want to share some of it with you guys. I don't know even where to begin with how to explain the changes to you because there's just so many. So before we came to Thailand, if you want to come to Thailand, you need to fill out a consent form. There's a website, you can download the app and you need to fill out a consent form to enter Thailand. And all throughout the airport there was like checkpoint after checkpoint, taking your temperature, signing things, scanning you. It's just a whole lot. The airport, Thailand is a very touristy destination. Like so many people come here, used to come here. But now it was kind of shocking to see that airport so empty. It's shocking because it's like, wow, you never see this airport like this. It makes me wonder what the airport in Dubai is like actually, because we never go through the Dubai airport. I'm wondering what the airport back home is like. Colombo airport, is it like empty, completely vacant? Most of the shops are closed, the duty free is closed. It's just very strange to see, and especially being Thailand, especially being Bangkok, to be like this. It's kind of strange. And our hotels have all been changed. Almost every layover, the hotels have been changed. They've given us hotels as close to the airport as possible to minimize our movement. We used to be downtown, more downtown area, which was a really nice area full of like restaurants, street food, massage places, facial places, everything that we usually want in Bangkok. It used to be a super good area, but right now we're just about as close as possible to the airport. Actually, we get to travel still in a time where travel is very restricted, and it's kind of nice to get to see all these changes because of course you can't travel now, and even if you're coming to Thailand, you will have to do the mandatory 14-day quarantine. You can't just go out into the country. Everybody that comes in will go through the 14-day quarantine. Of course, we don't have to because we can't, but we have our own set of quarantine rules. For example, we cannot go out of the hotel, we cannot go out of the room. The key card is a one-time key card. So if I decide to leave the room is gonna lock and I'm not gonna be able to come back in. And obviously the hotel staff will know that I've left the room and I will face whatever charges or penalties because I would be breaking my quarantine. I have this paper here. It doesn't really say how much you'll get fined or what exactly the penalties are, because when we get to some destinations they do tell us. Like I remember I did Perth about 2-3 weeks ago. I should have done a video because they were so strict. You do not mess with Australians, they are so strict. You get a 50,000 Australian dollar fine if you break your quarantine during your stay, or a jail period of 1 year. Like, you can't do neither of those. You just stay in the room, basically. Just stay in the room. Don't be trying to break your quarantine. In the hotel, there was people in the corridor sitting and watching to make sure that you don't get out of your room. They don't do that here, but still there's a lot of changes. It says here that there's mandatory self-quarantine, and if crew members breach this requirement, airlines are subjected to penalties according to the Communicable Disease Act. Yeah, so basically if I break my quarantine or if I don't do something according to the rules, they'll talk to my airline, talk to Emirates, and then the airline itself is going to get a huge fine or penalties. And of course I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble as well, so it's just best to just stay inside, stay locked up. And even in the hotel there's 2 temperature scanners, or 3, I think there's 2 temperature scanners, and one of them you have to note down your temperature that you had. Like I said, there's obviously a lot of changes. I have another paper here which says, oh yeah, so they give you shoe covers when you come to the hotel. They give you shoe covers. So just when you're just about to go to the elevator and go up to your rooms, they give you these shoe covers that you need to cover your feet with until you come into the room, because they don't want any contamination or anything whilst you walk into the room. It's very strict here. And your bedroom floor has been temporarily covered with a vinyl protection, which I will show you. So it used to be carpet, I think, but yeah, now you have this cover on it. Your chair has been covered. Your room service meals are in disposable containers and placed in front of your room. Oh, which reminds me, in the corridor, by every single door, there is a chair. There is a chair because what I think happens is they come to you when you order food, because obviously you only have a room service. When you order food, they will come, they knock on your door, and then they place your food on the chair and you pick it up, because they don't want to, hand it to them. They don't want any kind of contact directly with you, so they don't want to hand it to your hands. They just leave it on the chair and then you pick it up from the chair. So like in this photo that I'm showing you, by every single door there is a chair. And yeah, and well, disposable containers. Let's see, I'm gonna order some food later and I'll take some photos for you guys, because no hotel staff is allowed to enter your room. And then when you're done, use the provided plastic bag to dispose once you complete your meals. Anyway, so much changes. Alright guys, so I'm going to pause right here just for a little bit to show you how my meals were arranged. So first of all, I want to explain to you that we are always given a meal allowance when we're on layovers. The company provides us this allowance, so we don't have to pay for our meals from our own pocket. So what used to be, before this whole pandemic started, what used to be was, when we go to a destination and we are checking into the hotel and we're signing into the room, the hotel staff would give us our meal allowance from the local currency. So if you go to Europe, you'll get euros. If you go to Thailand, you would get Thai baht, and so on. But now, certain destinations, not all of them, but certain destinations, the procedure has changed. So, for example, Thailand is one of those places that the procedure has changed. So what happened was, we had to pick up our allowance before we came from Dubai, and it was in US dollars this time. And then we of course came to Bangkok. So it's no longer in Thai baht, but it's in US dollars. But still, even if it's not from the local currency, we are still given a meal allowance for us to spend on our layovers. So as I said, of course, there's only room service because you can't go out to go and eat. So when you order room service, hotel staff are not allowed to come into our rooms anymore. So they came, they rang my doorbell, and then place your food on the chair like this. And then from the chair, you pick it up. So there's no direct contact between you and the hotel staff whatsoever. And all of the food is like this. They come in disposable boxes and containers, and you have disposable cutlery. There is no more nice fancy ceramic or metal cutlery or anything like that. Everything is neatly packed in boxes and everything is disposable. And if you notice, there's a red bag in each and every single tray, and I'll come back to that. So this is the first breakfast that I got on the first time over in Bangkok. So in this hotel, the breakfast was all included into the room. And of course, the room is paid by the company. So that meant that we didn't have to pay for the breakfast meals by ourselves. So this is day one breakfast, and I chose the Western option because I wanted to see what the Western option is like. And on that same trip, I ordered this. This is some fried rice, which was good, but I wouldn't say it was super good, but it was good. So the next time over, in the second day in Bangkok, after we came back from Hong Kong, this was the breakfast. And this time I chose the Asian breakfast because I wanted to see what the Asian breakfast is like. The Asian breakfast was congee. If you don't know what congee is, it is a rice porridge that is very popular in Southeast Asia or Far East Asia for breakfast, and it was quite delicious. Next, later on in that same trip, I ordered this. It is Thai red curry with spring rolls, and this dish was so delicious. I enjoyed it so much. And when you're done eating, of course, you take all of your items on the tray and you place it inside that red bag, and then put the whole thing outside on the chair so the hotel staff can come and pick it up later. So yeah, that's how our meals were arranged. It's so strange to see this country having to follow these strict procedures, because Thailand is renowned for their hospitality. I mean, coming to Bangkok was, if you have a Bangkok in your roster, it used to be like this, where if you have a Bangkok in your roster, it like made your whole month good, because Bangkok is like the ultimate pampering, amazing, relaxing layover that you can ever get. I remember when we used to do 100 flying hours a month, which was a lot of flying hours a month. If you have one Bangkok in your roster, you felt so good because you go to Bangkok, you have some amazing food, you get a massage, you get a facial, and all the aches and pains in your body from all the flying just vanish away, and you can't help but smile on the way back to Dubai from Bangkok because it's just so good. It's just what you've been needing. It's just what you've been looking for after all that much of flying. You don't swap away your Bangkok. You don't. It's just no. Because it's one of the most sought after flights just because of how good it is here, like how good the food is. It's so cheap and it's so good. The fruits, I used to pack my suitcase full of fruits because they're almost the same fruits that you can get back home, and it's so cheap and it's so good. But now it's changed so much. Everything has changed so much. Forget about massages. Like, I was just checking the menu. There's not even mango sticky rice in here. And mango sticky rice, if you come to Thailand, you must eat mango sticky rice. If I come to Thailand, I eat it at least twice in my one layover, like one 24-hour layover, and then I go to the supermarket and I buy a big box and I buy some mangoes, and then I go home and eat it as well. It's a very simple Thai dessert. It's just sweet milk rice with more coconut milk and mango. It's a very simple dessert, but it's so mind-blowingly good. And yeah, forget about massage. There's not even mango sticky rice, and I'm so sad right now. I hope I can find some in the airport, but I'm not sure because almost everything in the airport looked closed. You can buy mango sticky rice in the airport, by the way. You used to be able to buy. Now I'm not sure because everything looked closed. I will give you an update on that if I do manage to find some mango sticky rice. I mean, coming to Thailand and not even having that little bit of goodness, it's so sad. Guys, I pause here to give you an update on the mango sticky rice. I checked the airport and there was absolutely no mango sticky rice in the airport as well. There was no fresh food or fruits or anything that the Bangkok airport used to have. Everything was closed. They don't sell fresh food anymore. So in this whole 3-day trip, not once could I find a little bit of mango sticky rice. That made me so sad. This mango sticky rice, it's like the essence of Thailand, and I can't even have that. Bangkok was like a little piece of heaven flight for us, but now it's so strange to see how much things have changed because of this pandemic that we're all in. Traveling altogether has changed so much. It's not that they don't have the same Thai hospitality, but it's just with restrictions now. But they have to go through these procedures to protect themselves and their people in this country, which, I mean, you can't really complain about it. Today on this flight we have a Thai crew member, and I was talking to her earlier, and the last time she's been home in Thailand was in February, back in February. And this is the first time she's coming to Thailand, to Bangkok, after all of this, the whole pandemic started. Her brother lives in Bangkok. Her brother, his wife, and their new baby. And she had told them not to come to the hotel because you can't have any contact with anybody. It's just not allowed. It's not allowed by the company, and it's especially in countries like this, countries like Thailand or Australia, especially the country won't allow you either. If you check out my video earlier, I talk about this, that nobody is allowed to visit you. You can't go out to visit anybody, and nobody is allowed to come in to visit you either. So she told her brother and her mom, who is there visiting her brother, she had told them, don't come to the hotel, there's no use, just don't come. But they came anyway, and it was kind of heartbreaking to see. This girl was standing with us in the edge of our circle, and her family was across the lobby on the other side. And they were just, all they could do is just look at each other. And that was so sad. Like this girl hasn't seen her family in like 8 months. And she hasn't seen the brother's newborn baby at all. This is the first time she's seeing her brother's new baby. And they're just like 20-30 feet away, and she can't go and even hug them or give them a kiss or like hold their hand. And oh my gosh, that's so heartbreaking. I don't know what I'll do in a situation. I don't think I can. Like if I haven't seen my mother in like 88 months, and then she's just over there 20 feet away and I'm over here and I can't even go and give her a hug. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. It's better that they don't come. That's why she told them, like, don't come, because it's quite unbearable. But I guess they just wanted to see her at least. It's nobody's fault. It's not her fault, not her family's fault, not the airline's fault, not the country's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's simply the situation that we have to live in now. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of changes in everybody's lives. I guess in these circumstances, we just have to be thankful for the things we have. I am so very, very thankful for still having this job. I think it's one of the things that I'm most grateful for these days, that I still have this job that I absolutely love. Because I know the past few months, a lot of things changed for a lot of people. A lot of lives changed. We just have to take each day as it is, because nobody expected this. It's so strange that this virus came along and turned the whole world upside down. It really did. And changed everything regards to traveling. Before this pandemic started, we were at a day and age where traveling for leisure was becoming more affordable for people. It was becoming affordable for middle class people. And now I feel like it's all set back. And who knows for how long. So here's a mini tour of the room. I have double beds this time. A nice big window. And a writing desk. And the tea station, which I don't really use because I'm Sri Lankan, but I don't really drink tea much. Strange. And here is the very lovely bathroom. It's a nice bathtub. You can see the room even. And the shower. And that's it. And here is the view outside my window. That's the airport all the way there. Look at the planes from Thai Airways. So here I am in Hong Kong now. We have about 5-6 hours stopover here. So of course you can't stay in the plane. So what they do is they bring us here into the airport where there's like a special staff crew lounge. And well, what used to happen was they used to bring us to the lounge and we would just eat and wait outside in the common lounge area. But now, of course, because of the corona and the social distancing and everything, they've given all of us each this tiny little room, which is pretty cute. I'll show you in a minute. That has like a couch, a shower, a toilet, and yeah, they've given each of us this tiny little room, basically what you need right now. And yeah, and then you go outside and you can eat. You can order whatever that's on the menu and eat. You don't have to pay, it's just all included. And you come back and you rest. And I think it's really great for a little 5-hour stopover. It's really nice. I'll show the room now. So check it out. This is the cute little room that they gave us. There's a little couch bed if you want to lie down a little bit. Some slippers and a full-blown shower. And the toilet. And there you have it. It's small but cute, and I think it's really cool that they gave us this for a 5-hour stopover. So thank you guys for joining in another episode. I wanted to do this episode to share with you how much traveling has changed over the past few months. How many things have changed, how many countries have adapted to new procedures to deal with this pandemic. I know a lot of our lives have changed in the past couple of months, and some of us are going through some really hard times. I just want to tell you all to be strong, and I wish you all safe travels out there, and just be safe in general. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you again on another episode of Aura in the Clouds.